Welcome to the Hollywood Makers. I'm Rossy Eguigure. Today, we're talking with Will Adams. He is a Chicago based filmmaker who refuses to wait for a green light. As the founder of a production company making things happen, Will is disrupting the industry with his new satire, 2E movie.
You ain't see dude?
What?
You didn't see, man, what it was right here was the dude with a microphone.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody there. Where we supposed to be going again?
You're supposed to be taking me downtown, but we could change the plot.
Thank you for giving me your undivided attention.
Here is Will Adams. Thank you for being here, Will. Thank you so much for being here at the Hollywood Makers. You are a Hollywood maker. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to start, we said a little in the intro, but we're going to start to know more about Will. Your career, you're in Chicago, and you were born and raised in Chicago. Tell me about how your story started.
In filmmaking?
In your career there, when you decided to be a filmmaker and everything.
This is the story I've been telling, which is I used to be a camera guy. The cameraman was the easiest thing to do because you shoot and you pass the footage to the editor and you're done. And then I worked on somebody else's project and I got kind of fed up because they were doing a lot of stuff wrong and I felt like I could do it better. So I wrote a script and then I shot it and it was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. So, and then I learned that the reason why they were doing everything wrong because it wasn't easy. And I had to figure out a way to make it easy for me so I can be efficient and get it done. So my next movie was better. Then the next one after that was better than that. And I just kept getting better and better as I moved forward until we got right now. I made a good bad movie called Tubi.
Yeah, but the thing is that you went to college to study this, but at the end, like you say, you were doing camera. But I just wanted to comment something on what you said. I think we should do it. We should fail. We should fail forward all the time. So if we don't do it, we don't know if it's gonna be okay. But so I'm so glad that you failed so many times. Because you are here. But tell me about your stories. When you went to college, what was your focus or concentration in your goals when you were there?
Television post-production, everything dealing with television as far as writing, producing, directing, editing, and I really didn't like TV. I kind of moved away from TV and moved toward film because I like film more because it's a broader view. Television kept you really small in a small space, but when it came to film, vast, big sets, and you were able to tell a bigger story than you can with a small tube. So that's why I lean more toward film, even though I
Okay.
have a show that I'm currently pitching called Fluke.
Really? It's a
Yeah.
TV show.
Yep. I have to have 3 concept episodes shot already, and I'm pitching it. I'm currently pitching that.
And I believe, and I wrote about it, that everything, and I think I'm gonna write more. Everything is television now, because at the end, movies went to streaming, and then we had to watch the movie. No, we had to, but I watched the movie in streaming platforms. So it's good because even TikTok and different places are people are doing the movies. But what for me is really interesting is that you built an ecosystem, and you build your production company and you started to do your own things. Why you did that?
Well, it's easier to produce your own work than worry about waiting for somebody to tell you yes. You create your own yes. You create your own lane. Nobody's letting you do anything because you're just doing it. So if I'm the owner of my own production company and I decide to write something and I decide to shoot it, I don't have to wait for a green light. I am the green light.
I love that. I love that. And again, we and again, the system is different right now. And I'm gonna before, because from a brain like yours, I would like to expand more on the AI and the new media evolution. But I wanna hear about the movie that is in Flex. So tell me about Tube E movie. What is it about?
You know I'm mad at you, right?
Oh, I'm so sorry. And we're gonna leave this, so we're gonna tell the audience I haven't watched it, but I watched some clips because I wasn't supposed to do this interview, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. My host was supposed to do it, but anyway, I'm here. But I really like it. Really, the parts that I saw. So tell me.
Well, it's a satirical piece on streaming culture. So a lot of people grab these pieces of movies off of Tubi, the streaming platform, and when they grab these pieces of movie, they put it on they're posted on their page. And when they post it on their page, it's for reactions. Now, what happens is everybody gets a laugh out of them making fun of the clip, but the filmmaker doesn't get any recognition. You don't know what kind of movie it is. You don't even know the name of the movie. So I decided instead of making a bad movie so somebody can cut it up like that, I made a self-aware movie where the actors break character and complain about the same things that you would complain about. So you can laugh with us instead of at us.
And you're comedians, right? Because I know your characters, the actors, are comedians from Chicago. Tell me about your cast.
So Damon Williams is a comedian, B. Cole's a comedian, so is Adele Givens. They're comedians. And the way I have it set up is I wanted the comedians to be the ones who break character and complain. Because usually when you think about a comedian, they're busy being funny and making jokes, but they get serious and complain about all the stuff that they see, just like in the trailer that you saw, where when they walk past the guy with the microphone and he said, "Did you see a guy with a microphone?" And he said, "What? It's a dude right there." So that's them pretty much saying, breaking character and complaining about the same thing you would complain about. And why, before you can complain about it, so you can just say, "Oh, they get what I
Breaking
was talking
character.
about," and you can, and everybody laughs with us instead of at us. Because right now, when they post those movies, when they cut those movies up from Tubi and post them on their page, they're laughing at the filmmaker. We want them laughing with us.
Yeah, no, no, no. I like that, and I remember that part. Um, so your project makes fun of some streaming platforms, but then it yet it
No. It doesn't make fun of the streaming platforms. It does not do that.
okay.
It actually, as a matter of fact, it takes what the streaming platform has done and basically we created a good bad movie on
Okay.
purpose. And it's intentionally bad on purpose. It shows the same thing that everybody's posting online. And it's the movie that nobody knew that they wanted to see, if that makes sense. It has its own genre. So, like, you have comedy, you have drama, and you have Tubi.
Yeah. And then it's where can people watch the movie?
It's on streaming platform Plex. It's also on Mansa, Mansa, and it's also on Fawsome, Fawesome. Fawsome, all three of those platforms.
So we're gonna put it at the end. You're gonna give me the names, and we're gonna put it so people can go there and watch it. Because again, the scenes that I saw, the behind the scenes and the trailer, which is what I had the time before this
It'd been,
interview. It
been
was
awesome if you
it was
saw it.
funny.
It'd been awesome if
But
you
it was
saw it.
funny. It was really funny, and I like it. I really like. So, Will, do you think because of the evolution of the industry, and again, you're in one of the big cities, New York, LA, and Chicago. By the way, my daughter moved there and she lives there. So I'm fascinated with Accept the Call. I think it's something like these cities have. But I worked there. I worked during the cold weather. But anyway, so the evolution of the media industry and has allowed many independent producers and filmmakers, but very talented like you, like yourself, to do your creations. What do you think is happening and is going to happen with AI now, really exploding everywhere?
That's kind of hard to say because when And see, I'm a filmmaker watching these AI clips, and I see all the imperfections. So I'm not like, wow, this is new technology. Now I don't have to hire actors. And I'm saying, oh, I need actors more than ever because this doesn't look authentic. But then you have somebody else look at a fight scene like, ooh, that's a crazy fight scene. It's the same choreographer. I'm sorry, choreography. Punch, 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 getting hit, punch, 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 getting hit. And it looks okay first glance, but as you see that, sit there and watch it, it's like, uh. And I think it won't hold up on a big screen. Like it's okay for your phone because you're not going to look at it as long as you need to look at it. But for the big screen, which is where we need to be anyway, we need to be back in the theaters. And the reason why we need to be back in the theaters is because it's great to share a moment with somebody, with a group. If you're at home laughing at something on your phone, you feel like you're crazy. Like I'm just by myself.
Yeah.
Or did you? I'm still here by myself.
Yeah.
But if we're together and we laugh and yeah, yeah, you see that, and it's somebody you don't know. Everybody, it's like you see it, somebody get hit. Ooh, everybody, ooh, it feels like community. But when you by yourself, it feels lonely. And as I was telling somebody yesterday, I noticed with social media, what they have done is they'll put a person in the bottom of the screen going, so to tell you to laugh, and that's you know. If
No.
something's either funny or it's not. It's not like it's half funny or not funny. I mean, partially funny. It's either funny or it's not. So you don't
Yeah.
have to be told to laugh, but they focus on ha 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 ha, ha. And then you look at it like that's funny, and then keep scrolling.
Yes. Oh my God. And because we can be experts on what we do. And what you were saying, Steven Spielberg, he said something in a reel that we have. He said something like that. People should go to theaters and it's there. And you were saying that at the end of all those people watching that, at the end of the movie, they got something that is common for them. So it's a lot of people. And then also when they go to opera or ballet, he mentioned that. But anyway, I
Well,
think
here's
being in
something else.
person,
Let me interrupt you right there. Here's something the studios are doing. They're not making movies that you would want to see in the theater. If you saw when you see a movie that you heard that was coming out and you see it at home, you're like, "Whew, I'm glad I didn't see that at the theater," and that's not a good feeling. I
yeah.
mean, that means they just basically it's a cash grab. We make a movie, we throw it on streaming platform, and we get money from that, and then call it a day. And but they're not making the movies for the theater. They're not. Last Friday, I saw They Will Kill You. That's a theatrical movie. They Will Kill You.
Okay.
That is a theatrical movie. But think about it. Did you see The Matrix at the theater?
Yeah.
Think about if you would have saw it on your phone
No, no,
or
no.
saw it on your TV. It
Yes,
wouldn't have
you're
been the same
right.
experience. Him, dodging bullets and all that. The theater, but it's also, I don't know. It's the theaters say they have a responsibility now, and this is what I'm hearing from trying to screen at certain theaters. They say we got a responsibility to the studios. You have a responsibility to the studios. The studios are sending you trash to put in the theater, and once they send it to you to put in the theater, you go to the theater. It's playing, and it's nobody in the theater, so it's just basically playing on the screen.
Yeah.
What are you gaining? You have filmmakers or independent filmmakers like myself that have a crowd that will fill your seats. Now, how do you want to eat? But then I take that back. We can fill your seats, but don't price gouge us. Charge us the same thing you charge the studios. But because what happens is you're going to take half of our door and you're going to take the whole concession stand. When the studios, they don't take the theaters take none of the door. They take all of the concession stand. You get what I'm saying? So they take half our door, but they also they charge us almost $2,000 a screen on a Saturday when nobody's there.
Yeah.
And Tubi was in one theater, Marcus Theater. And when it was in Marcus Theater, I screened it, and only screened it once there. And it filled the theater up.
Oh
I had
wow.
people at the concession. Everybody that was in the theater that day was at the concession stand. There was nobody else in the theater going to see anything else in that theater but my movie.
Oh wow.
But then they went up on the price. And because see, in that theater, I had broke even because they charged so much, but I was okay with it because I broke even. But now you charge more, and you're taking the concession stand. All the people came in, they ate, they bought because I was pulling people out of the line to go see the movie because the movie was starting.
Hmm.
Everybody was buying food. So they took the concession stand, plus they took a lot of money from me. I
Hmm.
broke even, and I didn't make anything. But the studios, they pay them $300, and they put their movie in, and it makes whatever it makes, and they take the concession stand, which is probably like 3 or 4 people. Because when I went to go see They Will Kill You, it was 5 people in the theater.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
five,
Yeah.
five, and that was Friday opening.
Hmm.
That wasn't that the movie hadn't been out for a month. It was out for a day,
Yeah.
one day, and
And
it was
it does
five.
have to do, as we know, a lot to do with marketing and propaganda. But anyway, it's, I think, so you work on urban storytelling. And I think that's how the audience also, my thing is I always say audience is the queen because we know the content is the king. And that's something that I am still trying to, I have my meetings and I have a curated IP and talking with some people that are still gatekeepers, but trying to make them understand that is the audience, is the niche, is exactly why that theater that you took your movie was really full. So what can you tell me about where the audience is taking? I think the audience is what we should put more attention to.
Oh, I mean, people like to see whatever movie they feel they feel like it's going to be good. So I don't think I tell urban stories. I just tell stories
Okay.
because
Okay.
when you think about urban, you think about just you know like me. But my stories are universal. They can fit in any category. But I think that we are. I mean, filmmakers in general, or studios in general, are not targeting the audience. They're targeting the streaming platforms
Mm.
because I have a name. My studio is called so and so, so and so. Platforms say, "Oh, well, yeah, you're so and so," and this, which is crazy because the platforms are acting like the theaters, like they have a responsibility. Really, they really don't. I think the platforms have a responsibility for good content or good productions that people would want to see. You got a lot of stuff on certain platforms. I won't say the name, but it rhymes with Netflix. You can sit there and watch the previews for hours and not watch one movie for hours.
Yes.
Watch nothing.
Oh my God, I thought that I was the only one.
No, you're not. You sit there and say, "All right, well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I should go to sleep," and not find anything.
Yes.
But that's because they are more focused on studios and what they're bringing to them opposed to the audiences. The audiences are, I mean, they audience is giving free information to say, all right, thumbs up, thumbs down. You like this movie, you don't like this movie. That's free information. So they can take that information and give it to the studios and say, you have something similar to this. And they say, oh yeah, we got something we just ready to throw in the garbage, but you can have it. And then it ends up there. But as far as looking for good projects, it's kind of it's a toss up. You don't really see it, and then when you finally see it, they'll show you I think the top 10, but that's just the top 10.
Yeah.
They
And
don't have.
sometimes
It
they are
should
not
be a
really
top
the
one
top.
hundred.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a top 1,000. It's just top 10. After the top 10, everything else belong in the dumpster.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were going to advise a new filmmaker where to focus their work, what would you advise? Streamers, agents, build direct audience?
What would I tell somebody first starting out? If you want to be an independent filmmaker like me, you have to learn how to do everything. If you want to just be a writer, then you got to learn how to write. But that's different because writers are a dime a dozen, and nobody's going to read your script but your family and your friends. Because who's going to take a 90-page script and say, "All right, I got you, I'm gonna read it," and say, "Whew, it's bad or it's good." Nobody's going to waste that time because that's rough because you don't know if it's good or bad. So I would say if you're a writer, find somebody who can shoot your stuff so you can have a concept or a trailer of your project. So you, instead of just pitching the script, you'll be pitching a trailer plus the script. So you have some type of concept so they can say, "Oh, I see where it's going." Similar to what they did with Dear White People. They created a trailer and that's how they got that movie made. And then as far as if you want to be like me, learn how to direct, learn how to edit, learn how to produce, learn how to treat people well, and learn how to manage people well. Because those are the people that you work with are your bread and butter. They will help you. They will help you succeed. And my success is not because of me; it's because of everybody that's working with me. Because if I
Exactly.
didn't have them, I would just be.
Yeah.
You
It's
wouldn't
a
be talking to me
teamwork.
right now. You wouldn't be talking to me right now. Everybody
Yeah.
that works with me, I really appreciate them because I couldn't do it without them. And I'm a person who was pretty much a loner, and I pretty much like working by myself. But when it comes to making a movie, you need everybody around you, even the gaffer. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's and like you said, your PR, I was dealing with your PR before, and you have a team in this industry, but that's the way I also understand life. It's a teamwork. And mostly you can't do all the things by yourself.
No.
And going back to what you said, I think we don't actually or necessarily need to be mad at things happening. We started this interview with you saying that you failed a lot. You really just did it. And there are a lot of people who don't, and I'm not talking studios, and I've talked to both independent production and producers in studios. But it's like, let's keep doing it because what you did and with Tubi, you took it to one platform, you did it yourself with your team and your business plan and everything. And then you got it in one of the platforms and two more, I think, now that you mentioned. So I think it's doing it, and thank you for the advice too, and for the new filmmakers because it's that let's fail forward, definitely, and let's focus on, and we're just here creating and doing things that we love to do.
You
Um,
can't wait on people to tell you yes. If you wait for people to tell you yes, you'll be sitting there forever. You have to create. You have to create. Oh, you have to create a yes for yourself. If you don't create a yes for yourself, you'll be sitting around wondering what you could have done, how you could have did it, and if it would even happen.
So, what would be your last advice to filmmakers? But before that, please go and watch Tubi because I'm gonna watch it.
And the
So,
best way to find it is lokekey.com. It takes you to my website. And it takes you to Tubi directly and also other projects that I have below their past projects.
now that you mentioned past project, and we're saying goodbye here, but we have time. It's a podcast. What was your first movie? What was your, if it was a movie
The
or
the the,
or
the horrible movie was Kidnapped. But see, it was my first movie. It was my worst movie. It was my best movie because I used it as a teaching tool. Because what happens is, what happened was I saw that I need to direct. I gave the actors the scripts and said, "All right, have at it." And everybody had the same script, but it looked like they were actually doing a different movie because they were doing it and how they thought it was supposed to be done. When I figured that out, that's the next project I directed. I made sure it was one vision, one voice. So everybody had my vision from the next script, from that first script. So I always say that's my teaching tool. It's my worst movie, but it's my best movie because it taught me a lot. Taught me what not to do.
yeah, wow, that's such a great
Which is
advice,
crazy
by the
because it
way.
made it into a film festival. I was like, ugh, y'all like that? Ugh.
Yeah, I think I read, and I know you've done other things, but I'm curious also to know that you didn't want the TV. I've done TV for 30 years, but why are you doing TV now? Why are you working on that series?
Fluke, it's something that just came to me. Remember, I said nobody gives you a yes or no. So being independent, I'm kind of afraid to go uh mainstream, because if I go mainstream, they say, hey, that's nice. We're gonna put that on the shelf. I can do what I want. I can create whenever I want. I don't have to worry about anybody. So now Fluke came about, and I thought about Fluke, and I came up with the concept. And I think it's because I saw a show called Bookie. It was a show called Bookie that was on HBO. It's ended just since then, but also Atlanta. So my show Fluke is basically Atlanta and Curb Your Enthusiasm on steroids. So, and when I created the show, I'm like, I could create a show that's just not just like Bookie, but just on the same time frame as Bookie, because Bookie was 20 minutes long on HBO, and so is Fluke. And Bookie revolved. He was a bookie, but it revolved around his life of being a bookie. Fluke is this actor. He's a failed actor, but he fails upward. As you say, fail forward, he fails upward. So Fluke meaning dumb luck. He keeps getting things by accident, not intentionally, but he keeps failing forward.
It's a comedy?
Yes.
Oh, great, great thing again. I love to laugh, and I think that's very necessary right now. Also, you said something about the AI, which I really relate, and I think, and it is very important. You're making mistakes if you take everything from AI. That's what I wanted to say from what you said. I don't know if you want to say something about AI.
But I guess it's partially AI. Well, just think, if AI made a movie, they put it on one of these streaming platforms, it's on your television. All you're gonna do is this. This is how you're gonna watch it. You see what I'm doing? The movie's over there, but this is how I'm watching. I'm listening. I'm just hearing it in the background, and I'm really not paying attention. I might hear the explosion and look up, and then once I look up, hear the explosion and go back to my phone. If you think about it, that's why I say people need to be in the theaters, because when you're in the theater, how often do you pull your phone out? You don't want to be the jerk to pull their phone out in the theater. You want to be the person to say, you know, and hang up and then continue to watch the theater. And like for me, if I get a phone call, I'm upset. I'm like, this better be important. What? But AI, it's it AI right now is studying human behavior. But what's crazy about AI studying human behavior is it's as random as an algorithm. Well, I take the algorithm's not random, because they take what you like and then just start throwing more stuff in. But human behavior is so random. One day you can like ice cream, tomorrow you can hate it, and for no reason, just not like it. Or you like eating Oreos. Like I like chocolate chip cookies. Okay, I can eat a bag of chocolate chip cookies in one sitting today and not touch it again until next year today.
Oh.
I never touch it again. So our behavior is so wild. Is I don't believe AI is going to be able to keep up or keep us entertained. The people continue. What we like to do is we like to point out the imperfections of things. And once AI puts stuff together and they say, "Oh, it's super perfect," but it's so perfect, where's the imperfection? You get what I'm saying? So it's like when you watch the Avengers, what they started doing, certain things didn't work. Like Tony Stark, he'd get in a suit, and in old movies, he'll have somebody put a suit on or whatever, and everything is perfect, like a Superman. Superman, everything's perfect. Everything works. He never fails. But Tony Stark put a suit on, he's like, it falls apart. Huh. That's life. That's what happens. That's reality. AI would have to create that. AI is too busy creating everything perfect. They don't like it. It doesn't need to see mistakes. It needs to see everything perfect. And the human behavior is not perfect. We're
It's
imperfect.
not.
That's why we're human.
Yes, and
And
we
that's what makes
enjoy
us human.
cry, and we all of this in the emotions, the vulnerability, and the experience that you and I have that they can't get into. And people can go and say, oh, I'm gonna make a movie like Will did, let me just write it, let me take it. But no, it's not your movie. It's not all your experience and all the thoughts and all the things. That for me is the most important thing for people to consider when using AI, because we all should be using it, but also to say, no, but fair, this is my idea. what are the pros and what are the cons? Bring me this and things like that. I think this at the end is not about creating content. You are a great content creator, and I really like that you make people laugh during these times, which is good. But at the end, for me, is the concentration on the who owns the story, like you, the audience, and then where the future of this is going. So I think you're a great interview here at the Hollywood Makers, and I am so glad that you were here, Will. And we're gonna, maybe when I visit my daughter, we're gonna have a cup of coffee, and then we'll laugh that I didn't watch your movie to interview you.
No, we're gonna laugh because you did watch it.
That's what we're gonna do. No, thank you so much, Will. If you have a last comment to the audience, please do, because people, are watching this and Hollywood Makers like you.
Just go back to the theaters. Get involved, get the experience. Put your phone down. That's all. I put my phone down.
That is great. A great message to end this with. Thank you so much, Will.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for being part of our community here at the Hollywood Makers. Make sure to visit Will Adams' website. You can see it on the screen, and you'll know more about him and also to watch his latest work. Don't forget to subscribe as we continue these conversations about the evolution of the media industry and storytelling that scales across cultures and borders. I'm Rossy Eguigure. Hasta la próxima.